here is what I want to talk to you about. Is I showed you Star Trek. You watched some Star Trek.
I thoroughly enjoyed watching Star Trek.
And I
as
believe
well.
you've not gone on to watch anymore because you're a liar and a waste of my life.
I haven't watched anymore, but I'm going to get around to it.
But
I'm going to start at the beginning.
But we have been making...
Maybe not William Shatner's beginning. Maybe the other beginning.
Like Patrick Stewart's beginning.
I don't know if I can be bothered going all the way to Shatner.
That's fair.
Is it important? There's a movie there, though, right? Should I watch the movie?
You think there's just one movie in between? Because there's 3 seasons of that, and then there's 6 of the original series movies, and then there's 4 of the the Picard movies.
I'm going to put this one on Mike. Let's do it. You made me watch Star Trek. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We'll watch around more. There's a blind man in the Star Trek universe.
Geordie LaForge.
Yeah, he's wearing a hairband. I can't remember. Visor. And for reasons that Gav couldn't explain to me, they don't give him robot eyes.
They do later on. I told you this. I told you later on they give him robot eyes.
They should have done it at the beginning,
but
shouldn't they?
in the seasons of Star Trek and the first movie, he has the visor. Then after that, he gets robot eyes. 2 reasons. The actor didn't want to wear the visor anymore because honestly, he couldn't see quite well out of the visor, which makes the whole thing ironically beautiful. And 2, it's cooler to give him robot eyes. He has there's a scene in First Contact where you can watch his eyes zoom in.
Whoa! Do they pop out of his head?
No, that would have been great. They just
telescope eyes.
They just twist and look in.
Okay.
But
we did watch some good Star Trek. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But here's the thing. We have been making this podcast for 4 years at this point. And you have lambasted me and mocked me. You as well, you little prick over there. Mocked me for my Star Trek. And you've been like, oh, you're not talking about Star Trek. Even my own girlfriend hates me for talking about Star Trek. Yeah. But you watched it.
Yeah.
And you liked it.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
But guess what?
What?
I'm not a little fucking dweeb like you are.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're more of a dweeb than I am.
I'll be honest. I will be 100% honest. I did enjoy that night watching Star Trek. I can't remember much of it.
We were quite drunk.
I remember enjoying it.
Yeah.
But it may have been the beer that I enjoyed.
What would you say you enjoyed more, when we watched those 3 episodes of Star Trek, or then we watched Puss in Boots afterwards?
I remember Puss in Boots afterwards. Puss in Boots afterwards was fucking dynamite. How good was Puss in Boots, Gav?
I liked Puss in Boots.
Right?
It was good.
That film holds up.
It was fun. I didn't like the way the egg looked.
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis did the mocap for that.
It's meandering movies. It's meandering movies. It's meandering movies. So won't you lend an ear?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Meandering Movie Podcast, where we like to talk about movies, films, cinema,
TV shows, video
games, screeners,
your local supermarket.
Aldi.
Well, mine's Lidl.
Oh.
We're not doing this again, though.
Lidl sucks.
Lidl's better than Aldi.
It absolutely fucking
We're not doing
isn't.
this again.
Okay.
Iceland's the worst. No farm foods.
This week, we are going to be discussing... we've got a fun little topic today.
And if this is someone's first episode, wouldn't you like to know who we are?
Oh, hello, guys. Yeah, if this is your first... We're too big to fail, Gav.
We're too big to fail.
I'm Gary, your main host. Today, as always, I'm joined by, on my left, the very ever silent and moody... You introduce yourself now.
Hello. I know. I don't want to introduce myself.
He's audio boy. And
What
across
up?
from me...
I am the succulent bit of flesh flopping over your trousers, Gavin Stewart.
Leave his in and cut yours out. That was terrible.
I'm a
yeah, and
succulent bit of flesh.
this week, Gav, you came up with a topic that you wanted to discuss.
I mean, let's be honest, I come up with all of the topics.
But sure, I came up with a topic just today.
We will record that in 2 years from now, I bet.
Do you want to introduce your topic, or do you want me? Shall I do it? Or do you want to do it?
I'll take it. I'll take the reins from you now. I'm now whipping the horse with the reins. In this episode, we're going to fix one, perhaps 2 franchises. Minimum one. Hopefully, minimum one. They not recently, but somewhat recently announced that
2021, the film came out.
No,
they announced.
The film came
Sorry,
out.
I'm treading on your toes.
Yeah, you are. No, you usually do.
They announced
get off my toes.
Sorry.
Recently
they announced.
Somewhat recently they announced that they're
not...
Stop. I'm going to cut all of you out. They somewhat recently announced
that if you cut all of me out, you're just going to sound like a maniac stumbling over yourself.
That's what I sound like anyway. They somewhat recently announced that for the Fantastic Beasts franchise, they're binning it.
In the bin.
They've decided they're not going to continue making them.
What a surprise! What a! Who saw that coming?
I can't.
Who thought the last 3 Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find the movies were utter dog shit?
Here's what I'm going to say.
Actually, sorry, the last 2 with one very.
Well, this is what I'm going to say because
what
was it 2008 or something when the first one came out? When did the fucking
was it?
I don't know. It was a long.
Gotta be 2008.
It was too long ago. 2014. I think it was 2014. That's almost double the
2016.
Wow. Okay. God, I used to be good at this, and then I turned old. 2016, they released Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Yeah. I saw that movie in the cinema with friends. They were like, "Oh, that was good. I liked it." And I turned around and said, "That was rubbish. Mm-hmm. They need to stop doing these already."
And I, after seeing that movie, distinctly remember coming out and being like, "That was very middling. I liked half of it, which we'll get into, and the other half, why?
Rubbish.
What on earth was any of that to do with
They then
anything?"
proceeded to make 2 more.
In 2018, and then a 4-year gap into 2022.
COVID obviously affected the third one.
2-year
but with
schedule.
each subsequent movie, they got even worse. You and I recorded an episode for the second one, but never released it because we're just like...
It was a full hour. It was an hour and a bit of us just ragging, and we listened back to it. We listened back to it, and it was like, "This isn't even fun. This is like, it's actually just damning." And it's, and I think it's because we weren't even. I think neither of us were in a place of like, let's try and save it. Let's try and talk about it. And we'll rag on it a little bit. It just had no redeeming qualities. It's the second episode I think we've ever had to bin.
Because we're just like, it's too cruel and vicious.
It wasn't a joy to listen to.
And then we never talked about...
We didn't spark joy like Marie Kondo into the hearts of our listeners that episode.
What are you talking about?
Marie Kondo? She sparks joy.
Who's Marie Kondo?
She's a cleaner.
I don't know what that means.
She cleans.
You never heard of this?
No. Marie Kondo, she sparks joys. If you take something, does this spark joy?
No.
Get fucking rid of it.
You just okay.
That's how you do it.
But
what about this? Does this spark joy?
No. Stop throwing things away.
In the bin.
I don't. Right. Okay. Don't know what any of that is.
See this?
Nope. We're not throwing the glass of water.
Does this spark joy?
Yes, it sparks so much joy in my life. I love that glass of water that you're drinking from. So yeah, they came out with the Secrets of Dumbledore's Army or something last year.
No, wait. I've got the names. I just looked them up. We had, starting off with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That was the first one in the new trilogy.
I think it was going to be 5 films altogether.
For the remainder of this podcast, we will refer to the new trilogy as the new trill, N-U-T-R-I-L, with a hyphen.
The new trill.
Neutrals. That was 2016. Then it was the Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald. 2018. And the most recent, Secrets of Dumbledore. Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah, and you saw it in the cinema. I watched it on streaming, and then we talked about it, and we realised... You could have made that franchise work, or you could have not done what you did do. And there's multiple other films that would have been far more interesting and fun and exciting to do. And so we're now going to, one, talk about why the franchise failed, then we're going to fix it, and then we're going to give you better movie ideas so you can make those after we've helped you fix your dead in the bin franchise.
Warner Brothers CEOs, we know you listen to this podcast.
Oh, yes.
We know you troll the Meandering Movie podcast, listening out for hot nuggets and ideas.
It's like, when are they going to talk about our movies?
Here's a couple for you.
Here's idea number 1. Put Black Adam in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
How about this? The Wizarding World fights the Justice League.
Yeah.
There you go. There's number 1.
Harry Potter versus the Green Lantern. And it's Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
It's funny, as much as I do enjoy the Harry Potter universe.
It's more...
Sorry, I said that, and I'll be honest.
And then you thought back on it.
Well, Hannah doesn't listen to these episodes. It's fine. I read those books as a kid, and then I grew up. And I realized that the books that were written for children are for children, and they're fine. They held a very special place in my heart when I was 9, 10, 11, 12, and up to, I think, maybe 14, 15.
Sure.
I don't care. I've done the Patronus. I've done the house quiz, so I could, at parties, when people go, "Ooh, what's your Patronus? What's your house?" I can answer it.
What parties are you going to where someone is asking, "What's your Patronus?"
I go to a lot of parties where, all right, actually, fuck you. You have friends that are like mad obsessed with things that they weren't loved when they were a kid. That's just what people are.
I'm just content your entire identity is based on things you love when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I watch Predator every Christmas.
But I love
that
Indiana
didn't come from being a
Jones.
kid. That came from being like early 20s, you know?
You know? My point being, people...
I'm just worried about the parties you're going to.
My point being, people use like Harry Potter as like a
crutch for their identity.
A crutch for their identity, which is fine. I actually don't, it doesn't bother me that much. But personally, I don't give that much of a fuck about them. So when they introduced, when the Harry Potter films finished, I was like, cool, I enjoyed them. That was 8 movies. Good films, right? They get progressively darker as you grow up, as the characters grow up. I'm down for that. What are they going to do next? I'm always down for spinning off a known IP. I understand why they do it. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. How interesting. A man who lives pre-Harry Potter times in the 1970s?
No, it's pre-World War II, so it'll be like the 1930s.
Is it?
Well, because
How old is Dumbledore?
Well, old, I guess.
Like hundreds of years old, yeah.
Because in the Secrets of Dumbledore, they're leading up to like
him going all
World War II,
scraggly beard. Are they? I fucking missed all of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like 1930s, 1940s. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fucking way off. I was just sorry because I know that Harry Potter went to Hogwarts in the 90s.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. Anyway, a man who lives in the 1940s, 50s, whatever,
30s, 40s.
Who's a
zoologist
of the wizarding world, and he loves all things magical.
And he's got a MacGuffin suitcase that is endless.
Yeah, you can go in. It's like a TARDIS. He's basically the Doctor Who.
Yeah.
If he's like a mixture of Doctor Dolittle, Doctor Who, and Doctor Magoo, all rolled into one.
And Doctor Quincy. Don't know what Dr. Quincy is a kid.
It's a fucking old as shit.
That's a real old as shit reference, Dr. Quincy.
I don't think Mr. Magoo was a doctor.
I was going to say Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, but then I went for Dr. Quincy
Dr.
instead.
Quincy. I'm with you, Dr. Quinn. Yeah, he's like Doctor Dolittle and Doctor Who rolled into one, and he decides like something. Fuck, sorry guys, this is me delving into my deep memories of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find, which I've not watched in years. But something gets let loose in America. Yeah. He's British. Mm-hmm. He has to go to America.
And he's so, I'm British. Ooh,
yeah, he's he's autistic, isn't he? He's
something. He's on the spectrum.
But I think he's autistic as well, which is just cool. I'm fine with that. But he goes to America and he has to meet up with the wizards there.
The American Wizard Institution thing.
No, and they don't call muggles...
They call it MAGA.
No, they don't call muggles. They're called no-mages. Oh, there's so many weird choices. Sorry. I'm just getting annoyed, and I'm going to try and temper it. But there are just so many things that piss me off.
Oh, this is one where I'm going to let you loose. And I'm just going to try and keep some semblance of...
He goes to America because he's looking for a creature. Now, let's just talk about this very quickly. All of that so far, I'm on board for. All right, you're out of time, so you're not in modern day wizard. You're not in, and to be honest, I understand why, because the further back you go, the more it makes sense why people don't know what magic is. Right, the further forwards in time you go, it makes less and less sense that we haven't found wizards
because camera phones and CCTV,
like a million reasons why. So I get it. Put it in the past. Awesome. Give me characters that have nothing to do with Hogwarts. Check. Happy with that.
Yep.
Make them go and do something that is so far removed from Hogwarts, but is still in the wizarding world and follows the pretense of the wizards live secret lives and have to stop them being found out by the muggles. All on board. I'm down for it. And that first half of that film was good, like to my memory. You got Eddie Redmayne
cutting about with a wee suitcase,
bumbling around,
chasing after cute little
huffing and puffing,
silly animals,
trying to find some big animal that's got loose, and there's something wreaking havoc.
He's doing like a sex call to the bull monster thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's got a funny hat on. Isn't he funny? He's so quirky. Look at him, he's so quirky and funny.
So all that, I'm fine with it. I'm on board so far. Then, because films can't just be these whimsical pieces of nonsense, they have to have dark motives and they have to tie into a greater universe.
And it has to have this world-ending plots.
World-ending fucking plots. Grindelwald from deep-cut Harry Potter lore. So if you've read the books, you know about Grindelwald, but only because Dumbledore... Oh, fucking whatever, man. It wasn't a big enough thing for me to even vaguely remember it. But he gets introduced to the fucking plot for some reason, and then it turns out that he's building a wizarding army, and it's the original Dark Seal wizards, and it all goes very fucking heavy and stressful, and
for me, this is because I think with the Eddie Redmayne like chasing the monster stuff, I'm like, this is good for a movie. This
is good for a movie.
It's good for a movie, and I'm like, oh, this is again, it's quirky and it's fun. And he's got the silly little animals. He's got his fun little sidecast. But then when it cuts to we're in the magic government and look at all the magic government stuff and we've got these bad guys and she's running for office and we're doing the American magic office run for government thing. And I was like, I don't care.
The problem is they decided to emulate the general story premise of Harry Potter and make it into a magicking the magic. I can't remember what it's called in universe, but it's the original Magic War. And rather than just tell a story about Eddie Redmayne hunting for magic things and keeping it hidden from the wizarding public, they had to make it a fucking epic. They had to make it this magic war,
this big bloated thing.
And Grindelwald ends up being like Magic Hitler, like the original Magic Hitler.
Yeah,
more Magic Hitler than Snake Magic Hitler was 100 years later.
Yeah.
Not even 100 years, 60 years later.
But it's what J.K. Rowling as a book writer is good at, but not as a script writer.
Being a big fucking tough, am I right?
There's all that stuff which we'll get to as well.
Phil, I said J.K. Rowling good at being a big fucking turf, am I right?
Damn right.
Thank you. Yes, we'll get to that stuff.
He's not even fucking listening. He's just on his phone.
He doesn't pay attention to us anymore. Doesn't like us. He used to be our friend.
He would have loved that if he was listening the first time.
He would have giggled and he would have nodded and smiled and picked up the mic and been like,
said something without me interjecting it.
That was very humorous of you.
It's too late.
Now he's patronising you.
Yeah. What is this? What do you look? Does this bring you joy?
It's a hot water ball.
Does it bring you joy?
It's not mine, so no.
Please stop throwing my things away. Yes, it does.
Stay then.
What's her name?
Marie Kondo.
Marie Kondo. Okay.
What are you even looking at?
I'm texting my pals about the Oscars.
You're testing your pals' baby Oscars.
I'm texting my pals about the Oscars.
Oh, right.
They just started a conversation, so I'm...
Who? Your pals are here in this room.
Yeah, we're having a conversation right here in front of you.
We're family.
Wow.
Good save.
Wow.
So, wait, let me sit forwards because I feel like my energy's draining out my arse.
It's a case of the film becomes plot and less...
it gets incredibly bloated in. It becomes so up its own arse about the fucking magic war that it becomes uninteresting.
It becomes so boring so quickly, and it becomes about like,
and that's just film one.
That's film one. and when film one ended, I was kind of like, I'm not interested in any of this. More of that. And then
here's the thing. Film one came and went. And all the parties I was going to with all those Harry Potter girls and boys, all those parties I went to, not a single person who is a Harry Potter bona fide nut said to me,
"Oh my god!"
I never had this conversation. Wow, the Fantastic Beasts films are so good. I'm really excited to find out where the Magic War went with Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Not a single fucking... Never have I heard that sentence until right now in this room. So, what did they do, Gavin? What did they do?
They're like, how do we get the kids' butts in the seats? I know. We'll bring in Dumbledore. Yay! It's the classic thing you do. The first movie, you set up, it's a new universe and it's new characters and new stories. And either at the end or in the teaser for the next one, they're like, hey, there's going to be a character coming back that you remember. And that's your reason.
It's reading straight from the playbook of the Star Wars, of the George Lucas playbook.
Star Trek's even bad for it as well. They always bring Spock in. They're like, look, we've got Spock. I'm like, stop bringing Spock into everything.
Nimoy's here, man. Yeah, get old Radar in.
Who's Radar?
Beep Boop. What's his face?
Who's Beep Boop? What are you talking about?
He's the
Data.
Data.
No, stop. Leave Data alone.
Bring him in. He's not doing anything. He was in Independence Day Resurgence.
Brent Spiner's doing enough.
Brent Spiner. That's
Brent Spiner's doing plenty.
Get him in.
For Picard season 3, they're bringing the whole fucking crew back. That's how desperate they are to make someone watch that.
Is everyone coming back?
Everyone's coming back.
Shatner.
No, from the Picard show.
Oh, right.
From Next Generation.
That's what they should do. That would get me. I've never watched any of it. If they were like, we're bringing. I know it's a different unit of time and it doesn't make any sense.
But in canon, Shatner's dead because he died during the.
Definitely bring him back then.
Now I'm not going to watch Star Trek. Spoilers. Jeez.
He dies twice.
Well, then they can definitely bring him back for a third fucking appearance.
But no, they brought him back with the Nexus.
What the fuck's the Nexus?
But the Nexus is now gone, so you can't use the Nexus to bring him back.
What was the Nexus in the first place?
They just unceremoniously, I can't say that word, buried him under some rocks on a rock. Because Soren, he tried to fight Soren and
What the fuck is a Soren?
Soren dropped a bridge on him.
How do you drop a bridge on someone?
Because he shot it with his gun.
Oh,
and
fuck
then
me.
Kirk fell off and got thinged under the bridge.
This sounds convoluted and unnecessary. Much like Fantastic Beasts. Good segues.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fantastic Beasts 2.
The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Crimes of Grindelwald got announced, got
Johnny
released.
Depp's in it.
Yeah, what happened? Colin Farrell was the original.
So yeah, this is the weird one where now 3 actors have played the same character.
Who was it first?
So
Farrell?
Colin Farrell plays him the first one.
But it was a ploy. It was actually Johnny Depp all
and
along.
it turns out to be Johnny Depp who reveals himself at the end of the movie. He's in it for the second one, but then of course he went through the whole Amber Heard
Johnny
stuff.
Depp's
so then
trial.
Mads Mikkelsen plays him in the third one.
Mikkelsen.
Then you've also got.
It's kind of like the Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
It is kind of like that with like
Heath Ledger died, and then they got in
Colin Farrell
and Johnny Depp and Mads Mikkelsen.
No, they didn't get Mads Mikkelsen.
Was it Johnny Depp and
No,
Colin
it was
Farrell?
Colin Farrell though.
It was Colin Farrell.
And I can't remember who else.
Why is Colin Farrell always getting replaced?
Man likes to work. He's a good worker, you know. But have
you seen Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium?
I've seen it once.
That film sucked balls.
I mean, the main actor died. So they really had to fucking.
Do you remember what the crux of the film is?
No, because it's a Terry Gilliam film, so no one does.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, he has to hang himself. The only bit of this film I remember, he has to hang himself. Mr. Megorium has to hang himself in the Wonder Emporium. I can't remember why. I cannot remember any of the pretense or the plot leading up to it, but he has to hang himself. And what he does is he swallows a metal tube, hangs himself, but he only half swallows it, so the metal tube's in his neck, pretends to die, gets out of his contract or something, hocks up the metal tube, and he's like, oh, see, remember this metal tube from the first act? Saved my life.
Do you know what's the thing about Terry Gilliam movies? Is that man, he's a good director. Yeah, he's an alright director. And he comes up with fun stories. But the universe and the film industry just doesn't want him to do it. And so they put everything in his way, including killing off his main actor. Because like the Don Quixote movie, he was trying to make that for like... Did you just yawn? No. I thought Audio Boy just yawned in the middle of my story.
You better not be yawning, mate. This is fucking primo content.
We're talking about...
And you're getting it for free.
We're talking about Terry Gilliam's Don Quixote, a movie you're trying to make for like 16 years.
This fucking guy.
This fucking loser over here.
Fucking guy with
Bet he's never even seen Terry Gilliam's
with
Don
his
Quixote.
fucking widow's peak. Look at him. Thinks he's cool.
Oh my god. Why do you stay around for this?
You know how many sets of teeth he has? Open your mouth. Show him. Show him what you showed me in your bedroom.
Have you seen the movie Monster Trucks?
Where
Has it got the monster in the trucks?
Where the cars have actual monsters living inside.
You know when
them.
it opens its mouth and it's got like 4 rounds? That's what his mouth looks like. He
Yeah,
looks like
it's
the
horrible.
monster from Monster Trucks. But he can't drive and the monsters can.
Baby Driver. He does the line from Monsters Truck. I think Kevin Spacey.
Monster Trucks came out after Baby Driver, so how does it...
No, Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Did I say Monsters Truck or Monsters
You
Inc?
said Monsters Truck.
Which monsters are we talking about?
Monster Truck.
Yeah, but Monsters Inc. is referenced in Baby Driver.
No. Wait,
Yes, it is.
Wait. Monster...
You know what I didn't understand in Baby Driver? Why does Kevin Spacey get a redemption arc? Because he's like a piece of shit the whole movie, and then right at the end he redeems himself and he becomes a good guy. But it's completely out of nowhere. It's weird.
It's almost like that movie wasn't well written because
It is
Edgar
bad.
Wright
It's not.
can't write.
It's not the best written. It's a fun romp, but it's
It's
not
fun, but it's badly written.
It's not a great.
And the character arcs are dumb.
This is why I don't listen.
Why?
We're talking
It's
about
a mess.
No, it's not a mess. We're talking about
Talking about Fantastic Beasts.
no.
obviously.
We're talking about
no.
Star
Terry
Trek.
Gilliam's Don Quixote.
Then
So the
Star
man who
Trek.
killed Don Quixote.
Star Trek. Fantastic Beasts.
Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Must be going to for him.
And then
Wait, where do we begin?
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Sorry. All right. It's like Inception. We're back on the top layer of the dream now. Back up. We've had our kick.
Watch you leave, and he pushed me into a bath of water and drowned me in it.
Drop a toaster in it.
Drop a toaster in it. The second movie, also not good. Third movie, even worse.
Second movie. Here's my quick summary of this, and I will make this very quick. I don't remember a fucking thing that happened in it because Eddie Redmayne was there. Johnny Depp's a bad guy. And Jude Law turns up as Dumbledore.
Here's the problem: is because they bring in Dumbledore, they make
they paint themselves into a corner.
They make Eddie Redmayne's character Newt Scamander. They make Newt Scamander irrelevant in his own franchise. So every time he's there doing anything, you're like, why is he there?
Yeah.
Doing anything?
Yeah.
And they've done the whole like, oh, Dumbledore can't get involved because they have a love pact, and if they break the love pact, he'll die. End of the third one, they're just like, shit, we really need to get Dumbledore into this. Fuck the love pact off. He can now do it. Which took Eddie Redmayne's character from irrelevant to pointless. So now he doesn't need to be in the franchise anymore. So why did we even begin with him in the first place? Why don't we just get fucking going with an actual character who makes sense to be involved, and not a zoologist who's just like, oh, well, throw in an animal.
It's funny as well in the pretense of the story of the Fantastic Beasts movies that Eddie Redmayne's character just kind of stumbles into the whole plot. Like he has no ties or connections to it. He just
stumbles into it.
He just like randomly bumps into Dumbledore at one point, and Dumbledore's like, "You're who I needed." Is he? Is Newt Scamander the person you needed this entire time? I
feel like you're the person you needed. And apparently all you need to do to fuck off the love pact was to just defend a person from a laser shot, and then the love pact ends. Don't know.
Oh, God. What we wanted to talk about, realistically, is how do we fix the franchise? So, Harry Potter is been and done. We don't need no more Harry Potter.
I have two quick fixes.
I got a quick fix.
Maybe three.
Okay.
Number one, get rid of J.K. Rowling. She can't...
Was she writing the Fantastic Beasts films?
So she was the first time, because for the original Harry Potter movies, a guy came in and adapted the books and the screenplays. Same guy.
Christopher Columbus.
No. A guy called David something. Or Stephen something.
Letterman.
Yes, David Letterman. He came in and he adapted the scripts for the movies.
Yeah.
And they did that, and it worked fine. But this time round, J.K. Rowling was like, no, I'm going to write the scripts. This guy's not getting a look in. He got a look in for the third one because the first two didn't do so well. But yeah, she wrote the first two scripts.
Okay.
And wrote the treatment for all 5 scripts. Turns out...
There were meant to be 5 of those?
It's going to be 5 movies.
Oh, my God.
And they announced that before the first one came out. Egg on their face. Mm-hmm. Or Harry Potter, like egg on your face.
Hippogriff egg.
Yeah, hippogriff egg on your face.
Oh, yeah?
Slugs in your mouth.
Slugs in your mouth. But
you're a cup.
I'm listening.
You're a cup now in the lake.
So beyond her obviously being a terrible person and saying terrible things about people trying to live their lives and not affect her in any way whatsoever, you dog shit human, she's also not good at writing scripts apparently. So
what a surprise.
What a shock. She's more of a world builder than a storyteller.
Yeah.
And you need someone, if you're making a 2-hour movie, to really take all of that bloated guff and trim it out and make it into a streamlined movie.
Yeah.
And so that's why those first 2 movies are just muddled messes of nonsense. So
quick fix one.
Get rid of J.K. Rowling and bring in an actual screenwriter.
Yeah. What's quick fix 2?
Quick fix 2. Stop casting actors who are problematic, because you have Ezra Miller and Johnny Depp. So technically you have 3 problematic people. You've got an anti-trans hating person in J.K. Rowling. You've got Ezra Miller, who's a fucking wilder of all sorts of stuff.
Ezra Miller is a mental case, and I have no real respect for the man, but like, kudos to just living your life, like just waking up one morning and being like, you know what I fancy being? An agent of chaos. Yes. And even though you are in the public limelight, continuing to live that way with no regrets or disregarding everything.
Some massive movie franchises.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then you've got Johnny Depp, who's obviously been accused of all sorts. He's been accused of one of the biggest criminal trials of last year, and he
got to be careful though. Depending on who's listening to this podcast, you either agree or disagree with Johnny Depp.
I've taken a side on celebrities punting a bunch of millions around to each other. I don't give a fuck. Stop casting problematic people in your big franchises. Army Hammer, you're out. You're not in anything anymore. You cannibal eating prick.
He didn't actually eat someone, did he?
I think he did.
That was what a crazy piece of celebrity news when that came out.
That was weird.
Like, have you seen the texts? Arnie Hammer's text was fucking crazy. Like, I don't care how fucking horny you decide to claim you were. You don't text someone, hey, you're so fucking hot, I'm so horny, let me come round, I would like to fuck you and open you up and eat you because I'm that fucking horny. What?
Did you see the picture? I also feel like the picture they used to advertise it is like, he's got a crazy, like, his hair's all up, he's got a mustache, and I'm like, could have chosen a nicer picture, at least for the cannibal man. But yeah, fix 2 is stop casting problematic people, because there's so many involved in that franchise now. We're just like, oh, that's gonna suck when you're like, you're Warner Brothers execs, and you wake up and like, what did Ezra Miller do this? He walked into a bar in Australia and punched a woman and then held them all by gunpoint. Jesus, we're doing the Flash movie soon.
Wait, he did all that while he had a 14-year-old girl in his car outside? Why? Why, Ezra?
And then, I mean, I guess the smart thing they did is at the end of the 3rd one, they've written it so that they can kill him off for the 4th one and not have him in it.
I don't remember why he's in it in the first place.
He's the son of Dumbledore's brother. Because remember Dumbledore's brother? Exactly.
Who actually cares?
But at the end of the 2nd one, they're like, oh, he's a Dumbledore. And you're like, okay.
Don't care.
And at
don't
the
remember.
At the end of the 3rd one, they're like, he's the son of not the Dumbledore you care about. So he's even less relevant than before.
Here's what I remember from those films. 1, Eddie Redmayne is Dr. Dolittle type magic. 2,
Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
2, the 2nd film happened. That's all I remember of that. 3, there's a little creepy goat that apparently if it kneels at you, you're the king. Yeah. Or the king of magics.
You're the king of the magic world.
You got a pure heart. But then there's a fake one. There's a little puppet goat that's been bastardized.
Also, the goat thing.
Yeah. What? 4, the 4th thing I remember, and this is fucking bad shit from the last Fantastic Beasts film, they can just do any spell they want. Any spell you want that looks good on camera is now a spell. Whenever. Don't have to say shit. Don't even have to pretend there's a spell that exists for it. Just fucking flick a man into a wall and he's trapped on the other side of the wall like it's a piece of glass, freaking the fuck out. A man who is never seen to come out of that fucking wall. What a terrifying existence that man is fucking relegated to.
It is mental, like, because that battle scene at the end of the 3rd one, like you say, they don't say any words. They just kind of flick the wand, a noise happens, a beam of light comes out, and then that person is turned into 6 basketballs. And you're like, okay, I guess he's now just 6 basketballs because you wanted that in the film.
If I was going to cast a spell on someone to put them out of action, without killing them, but also just to... I think the most terrifying thing I could come up with...
Cup them.
No. Well, cupping them is terrifying, agreed. Yes. But no, better than that. If I was going to do it, I would transfigure you into a balloon man.
So you just float away until you can't float
I don't want
anymore.
you floating. You're full of oxygen, but...
Nitrogen.
You're now made of... What?
It's nitrogen if you want it to float, not oxygen.
No, it's helium if you want it to float. You fucking...
Is it not nitrogen?
Bell end.
I'm going to cut that.
I would tell you to balloon. Imagine, like, coming at me with your wand and then bloop, you're just made of rubber and you can feel your insides slowly leaking out of you. And I'm like, right, I'm off to go kill Dumbledore. Don't move. Also, don't touch anything because if you pop,
you're fucked.
That's it, mate. You're a balloon now.
And then
I'm off.
And then what they do after that is you've got the little kneeling goat that chooses the king. But the problem is the kneeling goat walks up to Dumbledore, kneels, and he goes, no thanks, I don't want to be the king. So it wanders off and kneels in front of someone else. So clearly, the whole kneeling thing is pointless.
What's so good about that? Is if, like, how many people have to say no to the goat until the goat's like, and goes back to Dumbledore, and then you're like, oh, I think that goat just kneels. I don't think it means anything. It's just something that animal does when there's a lot of people around.
It's like, it turns out...
I guess we put a lot of stock on a bunch of random fucking nonsense.
If you eat 4 cloves of garlic before the deer walks up, it will kneel before you.
Right. Well, this is turning into how fucking shit is the Fantastic Beasts series. How do we fix it outside of your quick fixes?
Quick fixes, yeah.
Here's how, for me, here's how you fix, and this is a bit of a boilerplate because it would also fix the Star Wars universe as well. So you can take this from most franchises that have run themselves into death. But Harry Potter,
all of them at this point.
Harry Potter specifically, right? Here's what you do for me. Fuck off everything to do with Harry Potter. Don't call it Harry Potter or anything. Maybe call it the Wizarding World. I think that's what they go by now. That's the overarching. Cool. I'm fine with that. I like that.
The Wizarding World story.
The Wizarding World. Oh yeah, Wizarding World story. The Wizarding World presents a Wizarding World tale. Whatever. Then do not tell me 5 movies are coming in this particular franchise.
No.
A Wizarding World tale. We are going to give you an hour and a half, 2 hours maximum of anything in the Here's a couple of quick ideas. Gringotts Bank Heist.
Yes, we've talked about this one before, and I love this one.
Fucking dynamite. A sports movie, but Quidditch is the focus. People love sports films.
Yeah.
We've got The Longest Yard. We've got Rush. We've got Ford versus McLaren.
I love that you went for The Longest Yard as your opening salvo for fucking sports movies.
Field of Dreams.
I was gonna. You couldn't.
I don't know why Longest Yard came out first. Mean Machine.
Obviously, you start with Field of Dreams and do Field of Dreams, but for Quidditch. That's it. That's your Oscar-winning movie right there.
Ford versus Ferrari.
Or Le Mans 66.
Give me that. I would fucking love that film, but for broomsticks. Holy shit. Little goblins.
How about...
We've got you the broomstick 4000.
I call it Nimbus.
Yeah. People love sports films. Give me a Quidditch sports movie.
Give me Death Race, but it's broomstick racing, and people have got they can fire spells.
Underground broomstick races.
Yes, it's like Mario Kart but broomstick racing.
But
and you throw bananas in people's faces.
There are a million ideas that you could do, because all you need to do to fix your fucking bloated, shitty universe is take any one of the millions of preset movies that exist. In fact, just rip off any movie that did very well over the last 100 years of cinema.
Do Heat, but in Harry Potter.
Do Point Break, but with Harry Potter.
And again, it's...
Do Planet of the fucking Apes, but put magic in it. I don't care. Whatever you do not make those apes descendants of Dumbledore or Potter or Weasley or Granger or Malfoy. I don't give a fuck. Just give me the film.
I want to see Planet of the Weasleys. Not gonna lie.
Give me Malfoy is the protagonist. He goes back in time. There's just ginger kids everywhere, and he's like, "Those goddamn dirty Weasleys!" Ah! Yeah, I'd watch that.
I like how many of our ideas just involve broomsticks. Also, Planet of the Apes, instead of apes, what is Planet of the
Weasleys?
No, get through there. You can't.
Planet of the Centaurs, for fuck's sake. There you go.
Yeah.
Bosh. I'll take that.
And
you know when a centaur was
And at
born?
the end of the movie, instead of the Statue of Liberty, it's the statue of McGonagall.
No, at the end of the movie, it's the Statue of Liberty, but it's a centaur. It's got a horse body. It's written for you, Gavin. Why are you fucking it up?
That is great, to be fair.
You don't. The trick is you don't need to do anything to fix the universe, because the universe is interesting. It exists. The reason people use it as an identity crutch is because it's comforting and it's warm and it's kind of simple, but it's fun and people like it. So you don't change the universe. Just tell me stories in the universe that have nothing to do with the preset characters. Give me new characters.
Because if you think about it, they'd already done that, where they're like, we're going to do the Wizarding World, but we're just doing it at a high school.
Yeah.
And that's it. And we did it at the high school. We had the high school story, and the rest of the world was a bit nut. And then Fantastic Beasts is just like, here's the entire Wizarding world. Literally, you're just like, this is too much.
It was far too much. Because the first film with Eddie Redmayne, just give me him searching for animals. Like that, I would have been more than happy for an hour and a half, like a cool, breezy hour and a half runtime of him just rounding up some animals and trying to get... And actually... Because I think they focus too much on there's the magic governor race and the magic police are all here, the auras. Fuck all that off. Him actively avoiding the American police system. There you go. There's your movie.
Because you can just
the good old fashioned nomad police system in the US of A.
You can literally just do. He's out there looking for a unicorn type animal, and there's poachers. And that's it.
That's a fucking good film.
And there's poaching. That's all we need. We don't need for then any red men to wander in to the American magic government and then immediately the movie be like, he's irrelevant. Because we have the American magic government.
We have this whole fucking race going on.
Don't need the weird kid in his suitcase anymore.
There's just so many things. Give me a movie of a scientist, a wizard scientist, who's trying to blend science and magic. Give me an hour and a half of that.
Or give us a movie of a scientist discovering the wizarding world and then like exploring whatever that might be.
Absolutely. Give me anything. Anything. Gringotts Bank idea is a fucking stonker.
I think the Gringotts Bank one is my favourite idea we came up with, which is literally just, there's a thing, Gringotts Bank, that someone needs. Let's get together a quirky team of bank heist people. Like they have their expert. And the
beautiful thing about it is you follow the heist format. So you have.
You've got your safe cracker.
You follow, your Ocean's 11, right? You've got your Danny Ocean. Call him Danny Potion. Holy fuck, it's writing itself, boys. Danny Potion.
Danny Potion.
And he needs to, he has to get the fucking family cauldron out of Gringotts Bank because it's been pilfered from him, whatever.
Here's what I want. I want us to do the Potions 11 movie, but we literally just take the entire cast of Oceans 11 and make them get into Gringotts Bank. Don Cheadle's doing his weird, like, English accent. All right there, me governor. And you get
what do you mean you got a dragon down there?
You get Casey Affleck back. You get fucking Brad Pitt. You've got the little Chinese guy doing the flips. It's done.
It's done.
But just do Ocean's 11, but Gringotts Bank.
But like the thing is, like I said, you follow the heist format, and then you have Danny Potion going through it, and him. You have the whole like his whiteboard, and then him going through like, right, what I need a potions guy, I need a charms expert, because you in a heist you need the wheel guy, you need the weapons, you need the safe cracker, all of those things you still need them. Just throw in a fucking magic nonsense word and boom, there's your movie.
And we'll get Guy Ritchie to direct it. He loves a wee
perfect
fucking heist thing.
Stick a fucking dragon down there. Have a whole like they kind of did it with Philosopher's Stone, like the end of that movie where they're trying to break into the mirror of Erised.
I mean, they also did it in...
Give me that, but with grown-ups.
They also did it in Deathly Hallows Part 1 where they break into Gringotts.
Yeah, actually.
That's
less fun, though.
That's a better example.
I feel like... No, but it's not.
I mean, it's literally what we're talking about.
No, I know, but in Deathly Hallows Part 1, a bunch of children break into a bank, so it's clearly fucking shit.
And it's also very dimly lit and grim to look at.
What's better is when they're trying to get into the Philosopher's Stone, they have to do all those crazy puzzles and shit.
Yeah, like a chess game.
Fucking fight they've got to put a massive dog to sleep, and then a chess game, and then find the key. Like, basically the Crystal Maze.
Here's another one of my quick fixes. I just remembered there because of Deathly Hallows. Just because David Yates directed the ones that made the most money, don't make him the director of your new franchise of films. He is a bleak fucking man. like the Fantastic Beasts, when you look at that, the first one, it should be bright and colourful and exciting.
Yeah, that is another thing.
Harry
Those
Potter.
movies are so fucking grey and miserable looking.
And grim to look at. The world building, like the little world building touches that the production team will put in there, I love that. The set design and the little props, great. But David Yates is a grim director. He's the guy you bring in for Deathly Hallows or
the grim movies, like the darker,
when it's got dark and it's scary and Voldemort's about to win. Great. When you're starting off your Fantastic Beasts franchise, don't start off grey, miserable, and like, I get it's supposed to be the 30s and 40s and it's New York, but no, you want light and levity and fun.
Here's an idea. Another one. Another quick idea for you out there, Warner Brothers. American Pie at the Hogwarts school, the American equivalent. What's it called? I can't even remember. It's not Inverary. I know America doesn't have a school. Anyway, do that. Or like, I know that's a bit fucking on the nose. It's obviously stupid, but just like a slice of life romance movie about some like.
And nothing says romance like American Pie.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean. Like a slice of
where
life.
You go down into Eddie Redmayne's suitcase and he's just in there fucking a pie. You're just like, what the fuck? As the animals watch on.
Romance movie set in a wizarding place where it's the fucking, I don't know, the teachers and it's just. It's a lot slower. Like,
when Harry met Ginny.
An easy one would be you've got the girl or the person's in it's a wizard, and she falls in love with a muggle, and they try to bring the other person into the wizarding world, and hijinks ensue. Because he doesn't understand how the wizarding thing works. And then they go to the muggle world, and it's just like, oh, what's this, a toaster? I don't get it.
See, I'm all for that, much more than what we got, but that's already for me that's too twee. What I want is...
But you can do all of that, though.
You can do everything. You can do anything that's better than what we got.
Richard Curtis can direct the little twee, schlocky romance one.
But for my romance idea, it's literally like a teacher at a wizarding school, and it's their kind of like day-to-day, like much slower paced. Like, you have the... I don't know. I've said it. You know what? You get what I'm saying. I've said enough about it. I'm kind of running out of steam here. Just stop tying characters to other characters. Yeah. The end of the day, that is the biggest fucking takeaway from this. If you have a well-known IP, good, great. I don't want you to stop. I don't want you to... this isn't a message of stop making movies in well-known IPs, because I get it. Yeah, they're a license to print money. I understand why you want to do it. What you should be doing, though, is what like Star Wars did with The Mandalorian Season 1, and like you should be doing with Harry Potter and Transformers and...
Why Transformers?
Well, like, name any fucking franchise that we have at the moment. Marvel, like, stop giving me the same things. Give me movies that are outside the normal remit in those universes, because your universes are interesting. Your fucking overdone formulas are boring.
It is incredible because, like we talked about, there've been this fantastic line of movies, and it's fascinating that they dropped the ball on this. Like, with everything we've just talked about and the unlimited potential they have for a universe like that, how do you drop the ball this bad?
Yeah.
Like, outside of the actors you cast and the people who write it, which I think played a big factor in why people didn't go see that movie.
Well, then also it's a bad film.
But it's also, you built a boring, drab, uninteresting world with characters who just don't work for the story you're trying to tell.
Here's an idea, because obviously superheroes are the hot thing at the moment and will be for the next like 7 odd years.
Until I die.
A film set in the wizarding world of a magic user who uses his magic to pretend he's a superhero in the muggle world.
There you go.
I like that.
That's fucking...
Why are we so good at this and they're not?
All right. I think we're done. Are we done? You got anything else to say, Gav? Are you happy with that?
Oh yeah, Star Trek. Stop putting Spock in things. Just stop putting Spock in things. I don't like. Spock's coming back. I don't care.
Bring back William Shatner.
No, don't bring back.
Bring back William Shatner. Bring back the Nexus. Bring back all of them. Bring back Welchie from the Futurama episode.
One, stop talking about Welchie, and two, the Nexus technically couldn't come back because they got rid of it. So.
Welchie's the best character in
Welchie,
all of Star Trek.
No Nexus, no William Shatner.
I like when the cloud electrocutes Welchie and he screams.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to what has been true, unadulterated chaos. I hope we were entertaining and helpful in any way whatsoever.
It's been a while since we meandered.
That was like we've done some peak meandering today. Should we shit on Audio Boy a wee bit more, or we think we got enough of that out?
If you're going to do another Fantastic Beasts film, make sure you call it Fantastic Beasts IV and switch to Roman numerals, because that's callback to the last episode. That's kind of the vibe you're putting out right now.
Can you tell we recorded these 2 episodes back to back?
No, we haven't. I'm just remembering from weeks ago when we recorded the last episode.
You can't remember what you had for dinner last night, let alone what we recorded weeks ago.
He's making a face right now because he legitimately cannot remember it, and he's trying hard. I assume you made it.
No, Hannah probably made it.
It was Monday.
Leftover Chinese.
Oh, so you didn't make anything?
Yeah, we reheated it.
That doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Anyway.
Mr. Culinary Expert.
What do you have for dinner tonight, shithead?
I don't know. Thank you for listening to Meandering
Movie
Podcast. I don't know why I turned
into a bob-omb from the N64 Mario game.
Hit us up on social medias. Twitter at meanderingpod. Meanderingmoviepodcast at gmail.com. There's a Facebook and there's an Instagram. Leave us a 5-star review on Spotify. And remember to like me. Oh, he's coming over to me.
Yeah, I thought he might realise he can just cut that microphone out. If it's on your mic, he has to use it too.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Music is life.
Bye.
It's Meandering Movies. It's meandering movies. It's meandering movies. So won't you lend an ear?